Thank you for listening to Comics for Fun and Profit. This is Kyle with your sneak peek at next week, episode number 484 for comics originally releasing, November 21st, 2018. Before Drew and I get into what's coming out in your local comic book shops this coming Wednesday, we'd be remiss, Drew, if we didn't start this with a rest in peace and thanks for everything to the great Stan Lee, dead at 95 years old.
Yeah, Excelsior Stan. He was a legend. He was the man, responsible for so many comics that we love, and pretty much like the cheerleader for comics in general for decades.
Mm-hmm.
You know, brought it to the forefront, helped make it what it is today. Helped the Marvel Cinematic Universe probably wouldn't exist without Stan, right?
Correct.
You know, I remember seeing him at it was either a Wizard World or a C2E2 or both, probably.
Mm-hmm.
But I just kind of hanging out at his line and watching, you know, his friendliness with people and you know, sharing his he'd sign anything. He would sign, whether he'd sign DC stuff, it didn't matter. He'd sign it all, whether he worked on it or not. And but he's always smiling and smiling and taking care of the fans, and he was the ultimate cheerleader for comics. And
a very good ambassador to the comics industry we love. And unfortunately, this makes me resent each and every time I decided it wasn't worth waiting in the long lines in the large signing fee to get a few signatures and to do things. Now that he's gone, you regret the not making that part of our con experience on a couple of those instances we were there with him.
Yeah, I do. I mean, they were expensive. You know, it was like $100 just to get a signature, like $150 for a picture or something like that, and the VIP experiences were crazy expensive. But you know, it was in short supply, and you know, I get to see him and wave to him and say hi, and that's good enough. I was in the same room with him multiple times, so
there you go.
We shared some of the same con crud, I'm sure.
So the comics industry loses probably its number one legend, at least since I've been.
Yeah, I would say he's in the first slot on the Mount Rushmore of comics. You know, it's him, and you know, everybody else would be battling for those 2 through 4 slots. I think it's Stan Lee first and foremost in my mind, yeah, it's really sad, and but he had a long life, and he enjoyed the fruits of his labor and success, and he had a few setbacks, but he bounced back and was amazing comic creator. And hats off Stan on a life well lived, and we will miss you.
There you go. And my favorite Stan Lee of all time is his cameo as Stan Lee in Mallrats, where he gives Brody the speech on lost love and never forgetting your first love.
Yeah, and you know we're always going to have those little vignettes and little cameos in all those Marvel movies, and you know there's some great Stan Lee docs out there, and Kevin Smith's done one recently, and so there's lots of stuff to reminisce and relive some of his life and his successes. So definitely check some of that stuff out and just see how special he was. Goodbye, Stan. Enjoy the afterlife. Give him hell up there in heaven.
There you go. And now, Drew, I give it to you to transition into whatever the heck we're going to do next.
Yeah, now for shameless plugs and shilling of comics. Let's go.
There you go. Speaking of shameless plugs and shilling, of course, we've been asking all of our listeners to give us a review, a 5-star review and rating on iTunes. And we are going so far as to give away some comics and such if we get enough of you guys by the end of the year to give us that 5-star rating and review. We'll put some names in a hat, draw some names out, and get you guys some special swag and comics. We have another one right here. We have it from our good friend Tim Penarts. He says, "Always all stars," is what he titles the review. "It's an absolute pleasure to listen to everything you guys put out. You've developed an all-star cast and provided a ton of great advice and great customer service at Cowabunga. Drew, Kyle, Eric, and James, thanks for being stand-up guys and bringing me into the fold. You've really been great to listen to and talk to. You make it enjoyable and affordable for me as a fan and collector of comics. Love it when you guys have Eric on the podcast. If you're looking for something else to sweeten the pot, he is offering a ASM 98 that's graded by CGC, an additional item for our swag for all those people that are giving us reviews. Sorry, I can't talk today.
Not a 98. But 798 is still pretty cool.
Yep.
That's Red Goblin, right?
That sounds right, yeah.
Yeah, nice. So that'd be pretty sweet.
Very cool.
So yeah, the hits keep it coming, man. Are we eligible for this prize pack by any chance?
I have given a review to our own.
Yeah, we man, this is getting pretty nice. We're up to like half a dozen comics now, or so. So it's going to be a nice little prize package by the time the end of the year rolls around. So Merry Christmas to whoever the lucky winner or winners are when we get to that stage. So we appreciate all the support and keep it coming. And you could go ahead,
Tim. Thank you for all the kind words. I really appreciate that, and it's great having you as a listener. And it sounds like you're a really, really good guy.
Yeah, and we appreciate that you've reached out to Cowabunga and working with them too. So they're awesome as well. You can give us you don't have to give us an iTunes review, and we love it if you would, so you get entered in the contest. But you can also just send us questions and send us feedback, like Aaron Churchill did, among many others who reached out to us about the Black Hammer being optioned. So Black Hammer has been picked up. I'm not sure how to judge these things, but I'd love to hear your 2 cents on the podcast. There seems to be some movement on eBay. Yeah, so it's going to be something. We'll see. And every time...
Oh, yeah, I have this.
Yeah, you should have it. You should have a Black Hammer. I know I have one or two.
Yeah,
and we'll see what happens. I hope it ends up being a nice property. And Kyle, is your instinct say flip right away, or do you hang on to this and see what the outcome is? Or
it looks like we've not really spiked to something where I'm like, ooh, jump. Well, maybe, I don't know. Yeah. Ooh, I don't know.
Some of them?
Yeah, some people are getting some good money for them. So yeah, I say jump. Yeah, sell those things now.
So there you go. That was easy.
Yep. After a little bit of additional looking and a little humming and hawing, I'm saying sell.
Yeah. Okay. What are they getting?
30. And I'm seeing a guy selling A and B for 70 plus ship.
Yeah.
Just did that today.
I wonder where I put those. They're not.
That is the question.
They're not in my. Do I have a Dark Horse box? I do have a Dark Horse box.
Oh, that's right. That's why I didn't notice mine wasn't in my image. It's my other.
Yeah. Or is it in the to be sorted boxes that are piled up?
You got me.
That's quite possible as well. Eek. So from time to time, we like to take a look at what we missed and what we hit on in the weeks previous. So we call that hit and whiffs, and we're real clever with the nomenclature. Yeah, so some of these things we mentioned on previous podcasts during our sneak peeks or FOC picks, and they've come out, and we can take a look at how they've been doing. So some of the stuff that came out on the 7th of October should still be on shelves if you can find them at local comic shops. The Deathstroke 37 cover B was a Matina that was pretty sweet, if you recall. I was talking about that. It's going for double and triple cover pretty consistently, so that's a good solid seller. Marvel Knights 20th anniversary #1, the Donny Cates reboot, is doing okay. The better versions are the hot variants that were there as well, along with the Star Wars Han Solo Imperial Cadet #1 Luke Ross variant doing very well. IDW had the Road of the Dead Highway to Hell #1, which we overlooked completely, and it's selling between $10 and $15, and the 1 in 10 selling for $25 pretty consistently as well. One we made our pick of the week is Punchline #1, going for $35 pretty regularly. There's a Virgin variant out there that's listed for $200. Rags doing well. Rags, the #2 has been selling really well. I think that first Rags selling
even better,
$100 or so. But I think this is doing. Somebody sold a Rags 2 for $80, regular cover. Just one sold that high though. One we may have missed was the WWE 22 Raza Virgin variant. We didn't even look at that one, and it's selling for $25 to $30. Transdimensional is from publisher T-Pub, which I do remember us looking at the cover and scoffing because it looked very boring. It's selling for between $12 and $15 pretty regularly.
What book was that again?
Transdimensional #1 from T-Pub is the publisher. Very small back half publisher. So there's some those. If any of those are still on the racks, you might want to give them consideration for a quick flip. Just dig through last week's books on the racks and see if any of those are there. Have to be a store that you'll probably be able to find that Deathstroke pretty easy, but some of the other things you might not. Might be a challenge for you.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we did get the full numbers for October. We're excited about that. And for once, Kyle was wrong and Drew was right. Or closer to right.
I call shenanigans.
Yes. You said no books would be over 100,000. And in fact, we had 3 books over 100,000. And I said 4. So I was closest.
Both wrong.
I did.
On.
No, let's not go.
Both wrong.
Yeah. So Batman sold 156, sold 107,000. Walking Dead #1, the 15th anniversary issue, sold 106,000 copies.
Did they talk about what actually is considered in that? Because
I will get to that.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
And Spider-Geddon #1 also sold over 100,000 at 104.89. Batman 57 did not. It came in at 95,000. So, The Walking Dead, Kyle surmised, was the blind box variants all lumped together. With
the irregular cover A.
That also was incorrect.
Oh,
so,
no.
it's Walking Dead 1 15th anniversary issue. That's the one that sold. And then we have let's see. Doggone it. Let me get back here.
Oh, yeah, there we have the actual 184 down here.
When we have had this all set up so it would be easier for me to flip through. Then down at rank 78, we have a blind bag variant, and number 79 we have the number 19 blind bag variant, and then we have at 133 100 blind bag. At 143 we have number 2 blind bag. At 148 we have 27 blind bag. At 158 we have 53 blind bag. These are all selling in the 15 to 25,000 range.
There's no way. Who's the idiots that bought cover 1 in bulk? Do you realize how friggin' tired that cover is? That how many times we've done that? I currently have like 16 versions of cover 1.
There must maybe a steep discount. I don't know. I don't know the reason behind that. Maybe we'll have to do a little more digging. But the blind bags were all separated.
Nice. So
And
altogether, you of course added them all up to give me the big final number on that.
I did not.
Ah,
I did not do that. I did not do that. I could dump it in a spreadsheet, I guess, and sort it and do that. But why? But why? Now, if you do that and it adds up to the exact number of what the number 2 ranked Walking Dead number 1 is, then maybe there are some shenanigans. But I don't think that's the case.
Nah, I don't think so either.
Yeah. So as you're looking down, these any of these numbers pop out at you as being interesting?
Yeah, of course, Batman gaining again. It's so weird, like 56 going up, 57 going back down, when the previous month it was 54 going up, and then 55 back down, and then 56 going above that, it seems even, and then 57 back down. And I'm guessing it's just, do you like that cover that much more? And of course, reorder. You know, the ones that are earlier in the month, we get the reorder on.
Yeah, some of the Aftershock releases, they released Dead Kings, Lollipop Kids, and Last Space Race number 1. Those sold around 5,000. I liked Lollipop Kids a lot. Thought that was really good. So that might be one to watch. We'll see if that does anything in the near future.
Mm-hmm.
Are you on Comic-Con or are you over on John's site?
I'm on Comic-Con and trying to get through Mayo Report.
Okay. Yeah, if you get there, he does something with the gainers and the big drops and the gains, right?
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he has the attrition numbers.
The attrition numbers, yes. I'd be interested in if anything.
Yeah, I'm on him now. It took me a second, but I got there.
Some of the Ahoy Comics releases, that was that new publisher. They put out High Heaven, Wrong Earth, Captain Ginger, an Edgar Allan Poe book. We're on the second issue of Wrong Earth and High Heaven, which I'm a big fan of High Heaven. I thought that was really good. And they're sold below 2,000. Captain Ginger sold the best at 2,300. Well, no, Edgar Allan Poe did at 2,700. So they're all down near the near 400 mark. So they're way down there.
Yeah.
Alterna just released a couple in October. Midnight Mystery, and it came out on a Wednesday. Below 2,000. Not selling particularly strongly.
Really strong numbers on the annual for Venom at rank 12. Venom annual number 1, 75,000 for an annual. Really good.
Yeah, that is solid. The final issue of Cross Plus 100 Mimic from Avatar did 2,500 copies, and it won't be back again until sometime in 2019 with another 6-issue series. Black Mask put out some stuff. Devil Within, Sex Death Revolution. Those were number 1 issues. They did around 3,000 each, breaking the top 400, but not the top 300. Wild's final issue sold 1,600 copies. Black AF sold 1,500 copies. So yeah, they're going out in the whimper. I wonder if it's their release schedule that's turning people off.
Yeah, very easily could be.
Yeah. From Boom, as Black Badge gets to its 3rd issue, it's now below 5,000 copies, selling 5,000 copies. Fun little Boy Scout book. I enjoy it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Fence is about to drop below 2,000 with its 11th issue.
Yeah, Runaways with Marvel's Runaways is about to dip below 10,000.
Yeah. The aforementioned Black Hammer, it's on its 6th issue of its rebooted title, and it's at 10,000 copies. See if that can come up with some more interest. And its side project, Quantum Age, from the world of Black Hammer, selling about 8,000. So people like me that read the main series but don't read the offshoots, there are 2,000 less of us. Trying to get down to Image here. Image. Okay. Yeah, it's all a lot of Walking Dead. In fact, The Walking Dead had 4 of the top the top Image books before we hit Magic Order.
Yeah.
Its 4th issue, 26,000 copies. Oblivion Songs 8th issue at 25,000. Spawn still selling over 20,000 with 200 issue 290. And Die 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 number 3, still not able to pre-order it. Still ordering through FOC only. Sold 23,000 copies.
The power of Stanley Art Germ Lau at rank 37 with the Supergirl issue 23, the foil Art Germ at 44,000. That's 22,000 more than the previous month. That's a increase by 102% based on Art Germ doing your cover.
Amazing. Yeah, the worst selling Walking Dead blind bag variant was 98. It sold 13,000 at rank 189.
Still pretty good, especially for an FOC only.
FOC only and pre-release material. You know, nothing new but a cover. I still have an open mind, so I'm not sure exactly what to expect. Mine are still sealed up, so I probably need to crack those open.
Did you talk about Juke Joint?
I did not.
Juke Joint number 1 from Image Comics, 11,863 for its first issue.
Hack Slash Resurrection, one of my favorite fun surprises from Image. Final issue sold only 4,000. And Hey Kids Comics, which I'm really enjoying, from Howard Chaykin, its 3rd issue sold 3,700. Everything. A lot of these Image books are outside of the 300. They're ranked 370. Like Beauty is 371. Stray Bullets 392. They're not. A lot of times they will only give us the top 300s. You wouldn't even see a lot of these, and that is sad because a lot of these are my favorite reads, and they're not selling 3,000 copies. So I don't know what's going on, but I guess that's just the way it is.
There is a pretty neat little jump in some of these books. I think the foils have done well for DC.
Yeah. And some were better than others, but they were all pretty nice, and allows you. Are they like the Vault comics, sturdy enough that you might be able to get 9/9s?
Yeah, I'm not sure on that one. But you see things like even Batman Beyond having a nice little spike with issue 25, and I assume that's just because of the foil.
That would have to be the reason.
Yeah.
Marvel doing well, putting out a lot of product, but doing well. DC doing well, putting out a lot of product, but not as much as Marvel, doing well.
Image's year to do all the Walking Dead gimmicks they can do is running out.
I can't tell which of these Marvel comics at the bottom of their list are reorder activity. I don't have that ability to check that out. But if they're only selling a couple thousand copies, I'm assuming they're reordered.
Are all of them: the Venom, the Doomsday Clock, Batman, Doomsday Clock, Avengers, Immortal Hulk, Infinity, Justice League.
But it looks like Moon Girl 36 sold 7,000. Squirrel Girl 37 sold 8682. And those they must be selling well digitally. That's all I can imagine. Multiple Man only selling 12,000.
Yeah.
But selling worse than Iceman's reboot, which is a surprise.
And ranked 238, Batman Damned #1 reorder activity. So that is, I believe, just the numbers on the second print. 8,312 on the second print.
And that's Batman, the edited version, right?
Yeah, I assume that's dong free.
Interesting. Yeah, so you can take a look at some of those. It was a strong month. Some of the stronger sales over the last couple of decades, really. I mean, from the top to the bottom, there's just a lot of strong sales, and it was a really good month. So maybe that bodes well for November, December. I hope so.
Yeah, I definitely hope so. All right, Drew, if we're done with the numbers.
Well, before we hop into FOC, we need to talk about the spec bundle a bit. We forgot to mention it last week.
Did.
Yes, so we are offering 2 spec bundles, the Comics for Fun and Profit, the C4FAP spec bundles. They are available through Cowabunga Comics. They're on their order form. And the first is the Drew bargain bundle, and it is 3 1 in 10 variants. Conan the Barbarian #1, a Cassaday variant. Guardians of the Galaxy #1, a Scroachy variant, and Captain Marvel #1, a Psy variant. Those 3 1 in 10s are normally $45 and are available as a pre-order bundle for $25. So bargain. Now then you get up to the Kyle level of spec flipping, and you get into the 1 in 25 bundle. This is 4 books. Conan the Barbarians. These are all 1 in 25s. Safino variant, the Guardians Perel variant, the Black Widow #1 and Dolfo variant, and the Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man #1 artist variant. So you can get all 4 of those, normally priced at $150, as a special C4FAP pre-order bundle, $85. So $20 a piece. So they're priced in such a way that if you want 2 of the 3 or 3 of the 4, you might as well get them all, because you're basically getting one for free. And of course, if you only want one of these, you can reach out to Eric at Cowabunga and just get one, and it'll be priced differently. It won't be as proportionally discounted, but you'll still be able to you could still get one if you wanted to. But we hope you'll take advantage of the bundle and stock up on these sweet looking variants.
Heck yeah. Yeah, can't believe we forgot to talk about that last week.
Yes, and since then we've also in the show notes have a direct link to sign up for getting on the email list for FOC. So you just click that, go to a little sign up, and you don't have to. You can reach out to Eric at cowabungacomics.com if you want to his email, ERIC at cowabungacomics.com. Cowabunga Comics with a K. Cowabunga with a K. This is probably why he created this link, because I butcher his email address all the time. So, so that'll be in the show notes. It'll be an easy bit.ly click, and you'll be able to do a quick sign up. Good stuff. So yeah, we encourage you to do that. You can always just look at the FOC and look at the order form and check out the price difference and check out some of the cool offerings. You don't have to order every single week. I keep telling myself I don't have to order every single week from the FOC, and I don't have to place a big order at the end for each month, but I still do. And let's take a look at what Eric has to offer us this week in FOC.
There you go. And just for you, it looks like his first offering up as just kind of something he's highlighting, not necessarily a suggestion from him. The Mind Management Comprehensive Report, 1 of 3.
Yeah, that's what they're calling an omnibus. They're being clever. And Eric did reach out, and he wanted, when I believe I mentioned something about him trying to show us up by picking featured FOC picks better than us. He wants to just say that he's going to leave that to us, but these are just things that his store and that his customers are excited about on the FOC list, and he wants us to highlight those. It doesn't have anything to do with specking. Sometimes they line up, though, as you'll see as we go along. But sometimes they're just cool things that are available that are being highlighted because his customers up there are excited about them.
Yeah, and it doesn't get much cooler than Catwoman number 6, the Stanley Lau Art Germ variant, cover B. We have the Santa Claus, the Christmas, the Catwoman one.
Yeah.
Another Dynamite cover.
And I already have this on order, but I might have to bump it up because that's a cool Santa. Santa looks drunk and passed out, and it's just an awesome cover. It's very, very fantastic. $2.39. I mean, you can't beat it.
There you go. And then we have Cemetery Beach, number 4, the cover B, the Impact variant, written by Warren Ellis and Jason Howard on art on that one. And then we have, last but not least, Superior Spider-Man number 1 by Christos Gage. And it looks like Marvel has already gone and done the black bar on the top with Stan Lee 1922 to 2018.
Ah, that's good. They needed to do something. That's good. Of course, this FOC list is going to be due Monday by noonish to get your order in. And these are mostly products that are shipping on the 12th of December. So this is your last bite at the apple, your last chance to secure discounted pricing for these items and guarantee that you're going to get them.
Yeah, and there's been more and more items that have been FOC only. So similar to the Walking Dead blind bags, you could not get them in previews. You had to see them as reorder activity in FOC.
Yes, and your other mail order companies not going to hook you up with FOC stuff if they even return your emails. So I would suggest you do this because customer service is unparalleled.
Yep. And of course, we have permission from Eric at Cowabunga. Even if you're not using Cowabunga as a service, feel free to get on the list so you can see these really nice cultivated FOC order forms.
All right, so what do we got from Dark Horse? Anything?
I recommended God of War number 1 last week, so we've got God of War number 2 from Dark Horse. Of course, a 4-issue series.
Yeah, we had a feedback from 6 Degrees of Bobby Bacon on Instagram about that. Really psyched about the God of War, and thinks that might be a quick flip like Dark Souls.
Yep,
so,
exactly.
Yeah, good call.
The same Bobby Bacon that really lampooned me for my
Yes.
1 pick.
Yes. Yeah, what was that? Shuri?
My Shuri number 1, absolutely.
So yeah, that's probably it. I don't like anything else up there.
That's all for me too.
Now, when we get into DC,
Batman Who Laughs.
Yeah, Batman Who Laughs, and the variant is another Capullo, and it's pretty eerie, but the cover A is pretty good too. So
yeah, cover A is our boy Jock, and cover B I want a shirt of.
that would be a cool T-shirt. Yeah. So yeah, these I was kind of dismissive of this, but now I'm kind of interested in it. So I don't know. What are you thinking? Go back to the well?
Absolutely. As a man who spec'd heavily in Batman Who Laughs and his first appearance, I want this thing to catch fire. So everybody needs to read this.
Yeah.
Who is the artist Derek Chu? And what has he done with Flash number 60 variant? Because that looks awesome. But very anime-ish.
Nice.
I like that a lot.
Also with Detective Comics 994, this is the first Peter Tomasi.
Here we go. Yeah, this is my jump on.
Yeah, so this would be a good jump on. It's going to lead right up into Detective 1000. This is the consolation prize for getting booted off the Superman books, I guess. He gets to do this detective run. But yeah, it's sweet looking cover, and I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a good run.
Very cool.
Goddess Mode, I missed this somehow.
That's a note for me.
It's a Vertigo book. Yeah, it's a Vertigo book. Spider-Gwen writer Robbie Rodriguez is on, or artist Robbie Rodriguez is on it, and Zoe Quinn, Hugo Award nominee Zoe Quinn. So it's about a humanity in the near future where humanity's needs are provided by godlike AI. Yeah, I think I passed on it too.
Yep. I don't think I'd read it if it was free.
Wow, that's a harsh judgment there.
Yeah, I'm that way sometimes.
Yes.
Don't get to see the B cover for Supergirl 25.
Another nice Jenny Frison B for Wonder Woman.
You still on Scooby Apocalypse?
I am.
Is it still doing well?
Not sales wise, but I enjoy it.
32 issues in, I'm impressed.
Oh, I would have not guessed that it would have made it this far, but it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Art's great. Story's fun, different. Can I spoil something for you?
Sure. Fred dies.
We have Zombie Fred now.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, Zombie Fred was in the last one, so.
All right, let's see what IDW has for us. Set on down the image.
Well, I don't. Maybe. Yeah, I think so. I don't see anything in IDW. There's a Sienkiewicz Bitter Root, number 2. Pretty nice looking little cover. I have to stop with the Sienkiewicz's.
You really do. You've hit a point of oversaturation.
Yeah.
And let's check out Murder Falcon 3 cover B. Oh.
Do you know the album?
Nope.
I do not either. I should know that.
Yeah.
But I guess I'm not a good metalhead.
Yeah.
I want to lose my metalhead cred card or whatever.
So I need to make sure I send Eric an FOC and say, hey, I need that.
Are you doing all the metal Bs?
Yeah.
But not the A's. Right?
Correct.
Oh, that's cool. We have Spawn Kills Everyone 2, number 1. And there's a bloody McFarlane variant, which isn't that bloody.
I've seen bloodier.
It looks like a Scotty Young type of art style, too.
All right, down to Marvel?
Yes. No cover image on the Amazing Spider-Man 12 Fantastic Four villain variant by Granov. But there is one for the Mark Bagley cover, which is Conan versus Marvel, which is kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
It's regularly priced, or standard priced. Champions is getting an annual with a Babs Tar cover B, which is okay. Not her best. Another issue of Dead Man Logan. I'm curious as to how that is. All these Defenders spin-offs. I think I'm just gonna sit out the whole thing.
Just tell me how it ends.
Yeah. Oh, I saw something on Twitter that Chip Zdarsky's going to take over Daredevil.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah. That's going to get me back on.
It's definitely something I want to look at.
After his run on Peter Parker, I'm definitely going to be checking that out. Tons of Extermination 5 variants. Tons of Fantastic Four variants for issue 5. Tons. And if you want a Ross, you can get one for $400. If you want a Kirby, you can get one for $1,750.
Oh,
Man, somebody's buying them.
yeah, it's true.
There's a Jai Lee Marvel Knights number 4. And Jai Lee is always pretty sweet.
Yes. That is a very nice looking Panther cover.
Yeah. Season's Beatings. I think I missed that one. Is that it's not a holiday special. It's a $5 book instead of an $8 book. But it's got writer Jason Latour on it, but I don't see an artist.
Yeah. Deadpool.
Yeah. I don't tend to read much of that. There's a Del Auto Darth Vader variant, which without a photo, so without an image, so I don't know what it looks like.
I'm still saying get it.
At $25, sight unseen.
Delato's yet to do a bad Vader cover.
We've got Superior Spider-Man number 1 relaunching.
Very cool.
Now, I think they should, with Stan Lee's passing, they should do True Believers again and just start over with all his iconics.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I'd like to see all of his iconics just start over. I don't think they stay in print, do they?
I do not believe so.
Yeah. Are you interested in X-Force relaunch?
I was interested in looking at Scotty Young, but it's not there. No. This is not a team that I care too much about.
Probably going to be a lot of Domino in it, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
She was the breakout, right, from the movie?
Yeah. I don't even know if she's in this. I'm not sure. I just saw the team at one point, and I'm like,
Yeah.
Yeah, Domino's in there. Shatterstar, Cannonball, Domino, Boom Boom, Warpath.
Yeah, I'm out. I'm done with Marvel, too.
See what Boom has to offer. Hey, Firefly number 1 went to a second print. Very cool.
Yeah, that's good. You were kind of excited about that.
Yeah.
You like Greg Pak a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Does that look like a different cover to you in the second print?
Yes, it does.
Worth a shot?
Hey, if you're a fan of her, sure is.
Or if you're a fan of flipping.
Maybe. Yeah. Snag it up. It's a good cover.
That's all I see in Boom.
See what happens in Dynamite.
That's all I see in Dynamite.
Alright, let's see about our smaller stuff.
You got a Smallwood, Vampironica, Francavilla, Vampironica. 5th issue of Survival Fetish. That should be the end of that run. Yeah. See what happens to our runner. No, not much. Not much I can't live without down there.
Yep. I think that's all we can go for. Of course, we just like to go through the FOC and make sure we're not missing anything at the last minute, anything we missed when we were running through previews, because we hate to try to chase these books.
Yeah. So Sneak Peekorama.
Sneak Peekorama. Sorry, I'm still looking at a couple other things. Let's head on over to previewsworld.com. Find November 21st, 2018. I always click that table view because I can't do well in the gallery view. And Drew, let's start in Image Comics.
Middle West. Remind me what this is. Scotty Young's book.
Yeah.
Yeah, this could be good.
The lands between the coasts are vast, slow to change, and full of hidden magics. Mistakes have been made in this new ongoing series. I like how they put that in big caps. That's their way of saying we're not pulling the old bait and switch with the 1 in 10 here, hopefully. An unwitting adventurer searches for answers to quell an upcoming storm that knows his name.
Well, would you say Fairyland was an ongoing series, right? But
yeah,
it ended at 20.
Yeah,
so it was limited.
Yeah, the actual first 6, tied up in a way that I thought he had it out there, but he chose to do more.
Yeah.
I really like the art style on the front. It's really cool.
Yeah. Who's the artist?
The cover artist is Mike Huddleston, and Jorge Corona is doing the interiors. I like Jorge Corona. Feathers. I was big on Feathers from Boom.
Oh, that was amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, so between those two things, that's enough to maybe have.
And we like Scotty Young's writing. He's good.
Yeah,
so,
dude knows his stuff.
Yeah.
He's just a guy that's in comics. He has his niche for art, but he's in comics. I love the letters pages he wrote on the first few Fairylands.
Interesting. That's all I had in Image.
All right, let's head on down to Dark Horse.
There's something called Light Step. It's a 5-issue mini by Milos Slavkovic, who's doing the art and the writing. About January Lee, who is of royal descent, part of the ruling class that lives out their lives on accelerated light-stepped worlds, where a single day is a lifetime on a normal planet. High concept. I don't know.
Yeah, it looks weird. Crimson Lotus #1, Mike Mignola. This is before she became Lobster Johnson's greatest adversary. So we get a 5-issue series about the Lobster Johnson villain.
Yes.
If you're in this series, you might like this. I've traditionally really liked when they've done villain spotlight books.
Yes. That is all I have from Dark Horse.
IDW. GoBots #1, Drew. Remember, GoBots. Not the
GoBots.
generic equivalent.
No, they are not. They came before Transformers. Thank you to our listener who pointed that out.
Little known fact.
Who had all the toys in the world because his dad ran a toy store or toy company. Worked at a toy factory. I can't remember. Something like that.
He was an engineer.
He got a lot of toys.
There you go.
But yeah, it's very retro look to it. I don't know. It'll spark somebody's fancy that's nostalgic for that.
There you go.
I pre-ordered the Atomic Robo Greatest Hits because it was $1, and I know a lot of people like Atomic Robo, so I thought that would be a good jumping on point for me to check out.
That's cool.
We got Night Moves. This is has a Chris Burnham cover. I always like his work. Written by V.J. Boyd and Justin Boyd, but the interior art is Clay McCormack. It's noir meets horror as small-time Vegas hustler Chris Dundee finds himself tangled in a web of danger and the occult. So I love crime noir. like a lot of horror books. So this is something I'm going to check out for sure.
And I like extra long first issue at regular cover price.
You do.
I love that.
You are a fan of that.
Why do I know Justin Boyd? What do I like Justin Boyd from?
That I do not know. The name didn't look familiar to me, but while you're looking that up, I will give you a sneak peek at Sukeban Turbo #1. This is a 4-issue miniseries from IDW, written by Sylvain Runeberg and art and cover by Victor Santos. Shelby and her 3 best friends rule the streets of Brooklyn, and everyone in the neighborhood knows not to mess with the Sukeban tribe. Inspired by the Japanese girl gangs of the 70s, the teenagers ride scooters, armed with golf clubs and cash from selling drugs, and terrorize their classmates' parents and anyone who dares defy them. You're probably out, I'm thinking, but I like the look of the cover. I think it's worth checking out, and I kind of like strong women comics. You know, women as badasses. I've been reading a lot of those, and probably because my wife kicks my butt all the time. So maybe that's what it is. But yeah, that's all I had from IDW. Did you find out what Justin Boyd has done?
Nope, no idea.
No idea. Did you even look?
I did. I did, but it was nothing. Let's head on down and see what DC has for us.
Well, we've got American... Go ahead.
Go ahead.
We've got American Carnage, which I'm excited about. Brian Hill's doing this. And he's done a lot of fun stuff with Postal, and he had a great run on Detective, and he's done a bunch of stuff now. He's really cranking out the work. So this should be fun. It's I'm guessing a Vertigo book that he's teamed with Leandro Fernandez. The cover by Ben Oliver is okay, nothing great. And we'll see. It's about a disgraced FBI agent, Richard Wright, who is offered a chance for redemption when his old mentor sends him undercover to infiltrate a white supremacist group believed to be responsible for the death of a fellow agent. So I think that'll be fun.
Very cool. Batman 59. We've got our Matina cover. B. Really nice cover.
Is that Penguin?
Penguin on there, Bane on there, Batman on there. All the things you want to see. Hopefully this is the last of the garbage Nightwing Bees. And man, it's the garbagiest.
Yeah.
That is bad. I'm sorry, I'm not one to cast aspersions, but come on, man.
Well, they heard your outcry, and they brought in a top-tier artist to take over.
Yeah, Yasmin Putri seems like she's doing strong work.
Injustice 2 Annual #2, I thought that book had ended. But yet we're getting an annual late. Injustice 2 ends here. Okay, so it didn't end.
You've jumped the gun, my friend.
It felt like it ended. But it ends here, so this gets you to the intro setup of the Injustice 2 video game and takes a final look back. Okay.
Crap.
Gotta read that.
Yeah, I missed Teen Titans 24 variant. There is a really cool Alex Garner cover, and it's just a really tight version of Degen. I like that a lot.
Good stuff. So Nightwing 53B is not your pick this week.
Yeah, don't go out and make sure you have that. That's not one to put in a top loader. Anything else in DC?
No.
Marvel.
There's Immortal Hulk, #9. I've been reading this. I heard a lot of people talking about it, so I started about 4 or 5 issues ago, and really enjoyed it. It's been fun. So I usually don't like Al Ewing stuff, but this has been really cool and inventive, and some of the stuff they're doing with Hulk and kind of adding to his power set is really interesting. Second issue of Marvel Knights. First issue. I don't know. I liked it. I liked the premise, but there was a reveal on kind of who was behind everything, and I thought that left me a little flat. So I'm going to read this one, and it is only a 6-issue miniseries. It is a creator I like. Matt Rosenberg and Donny Cates working together, so I'll probably stick with it. Who am I kidding?
Web of Venom Carnage Born #1. I think if you know anything about Donny Cates or anything about Carnage, you're going to want to see what happens when those two decide to do a book. Yeah, that looks pretty cool.
Great cover for Star Wars 57. An homage to that famous painting that I cannot think of that has the
American Gothic.
Yeah, American Gothic. Yeah, with the pitchfork and the farmers. And it's Han and Leia. That's really nice.
Han.
Might be sought after.
Very, very easily could be.
Jimmy Kimmel on the cover of West Coast Avengers #4, the B cover. I don't know why.
Not even if it was free.
And a great Juggernaut on the second printing of X-Men Black.
I actually really like the West Coast Avengers, the Uncanny X-Men variant cover. That's a pretty cool looking cover.
That's all I had in Marvel.
Let's move on down to Dynamite.
Oh, Betty Page is finally coming out. I've had three cracks at trying to get this, and I still don't want it.
Yep. Thanks, but I'm good.
There's another Matina Project Superpowers for issue 4. And that's it.
All right, boom.
There's your incentive variant for Black Badge #4, FOC only. So you already ordered that one.
Yep,
You already ordered that one, yeah.
Very cool.
Smooth Criminals is a new book by Kurt Lustgarten and Kiwi Smith, with art by Alicia Riddell and a cover by Audrey Mock. There are certain things Brenda expects to find while hacking: money, secrets, occasional pictures of cats. She is not expecting to find a cryogenically frozen master thief from the 60s. This has a mod look to it, very like 60s, 70s era look to it. So, in the cover anyway, so kind of neat.
Let's head on back to our smaller books.
Annie Bonny. Wow, how long has that been?
It's been a long time. They're doing a lot of different stuff with this one now. They're ramping it up, that's for sure.
We got Archie's 700th issue. Nick Spencer takes over for Mark Waid. Tons of covers. They're all pretty nice.
Pick your favorite.
Pick your favorite. Go with the A. Whatever. They're all really cool covers, and I'm really curious. After reading Spider-Man and how great Nick Spencer's handling that property, I'm excited to see what he does with Archie.
There's your Crossed plus 100 Mimic 5. Oh, that's a $40 book. That's
Yeah, it's an old
weird things.
It's a weird limited run type deal.
Wait, is Zenoscope doing a book that doesn't have a cheesecake cover?
They do.
Conspiracy of the Illuminati #1.
Yeah, it looks good too. We liked that in FOC round, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
Or was that Eric? It might have been Eric.
It was. But he had us excited about it.
Yeah, that's true.
So $5. Conspiracy of the Illuminati #1. Hans Rodenoff. Is the government monitoring you? Are there secret organizations controlling society? Do creatures not of this world live among us? All of this and more is explored in the new thrilling series that delves into some of the horrifying truths we believe in the back of our minds.
Mad Cave Studios gives us Knights of the Golden Sun #1. Mark London, art by Mauricio Villarreal. 400 years separate the Old Testament from the New Testament, and during that time, neither man nor angel could hear God's divine message. In his absence, an age of chaos began. With humanity at the wayside, a power struggle erupts among the archangels over who will control Father's throne. I'm into this. I like Bible takes. They're usually pretty cool.
Yeah.
So I want to check that out.
What was the name of that?
Knights of the Golden Sun.
There you go. Huh, very cool.
We have the second issue of Lollipop Kids from Aftershock. I enjoyed that first issue, so I'm looking forward to that. We have a 0 issue for Lovetown. Devil's Due first comic offering. Matt Wan, John Wan, with art by Matt and John as well. Detective Ali Saxon is not only the first female on the Los Amores police force, she's also the department's only vampire. On her first case, Ellie learns that on the mean streets of Lovetown, magic, money, and power can make anything happen if you're willing to pay the price. Might be cool. Devil's Due is sporadic. Not all their stuff is good. Not all their stuff comes out on time. But every once in a while, you get a Squarriors. There's our Pickle Rick, number
Pickle
one.
Rick, number 1 from Oni Press, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like we've got Snowball back. We've got Jaguar apparently is back on this one. And Pickle Rick makes himself a fruit gun. So, a reimagining of some Pickle Rick stories cannot beat that.
Yeah. Exciting stuff.
That's all I got.
Alrighty.
Drew, this is part of the podcast where I say, what is your pick of the week? What's the one book to go back to? Make sure you grab. Make sure you're the first person in line at your LCS Wednesday morning and say, I got to make sure I got this book.
You know, I'm going back to my tried and true. I like Image. I like number 1's an Image. I like Middle West number 1, the Scotty Young release. I like the look of it, so that's going to be my pick.
That was also going to be mine. That was the one I wrote down from the beginning and thought, I don't think Drew will come back to this one. So, shows how little I know on that one.
So now are you scrambling?
I am scrambling, and I'm going to go with Night Moves, number 1. J.V. Boyd and Justin Board writing, and Chris Burnham on the cover A from IDW. Noir meets horror in a small-time Vegas hustler. And the biggest thing that gets me on this, they're investing in extra pages on this story for the same price of $3.99. I love it when they do that. It shows faith in your writing.
You said that was Night Moves? Is that what you said?
Night Moves number 1, issue 1 from IDW.
Fantastic. Hey, we want to make sure before we sign off that we wish everybody a wonderful Thanksgiving holiday. I hope you have some time off from work and can stay in your family for 8 to 12 hours.
Remember, Drew, I'm coming to your house. No politics.
Yeah, you first. And we hope you have a wonderful holiday, and we'll probably be back next week. We don't know. With the holiday, it might be tough, so we'll see. We'll see. We might be off for a little bit, but have a great Thanksgiving.
Yeah, thanks to everybody. So for Drew, for myself, see ya.